Welcome everybody. In this lesson we're going to be talking about midpoints and finding them algebraically. Last time we found them graphically just by looking to the center and making sure that they were equidistant from either endpoint, the same distance. Today we're going to find them using algebra without having to have a graph in front of us to help get there. So the midpoint formula is pretty straightforward. It is m, the midpoint, is equal to, we know it's going to be a point, so it's going to have an x and a y coordinate. And the way we find it is by finding the average of the x's and the y's. Take a moment and jot that down on your notes for today. While you do, notice we're adding the two x values and dividing by 2. That's finding the average. The average is another way of saying the middle. And the y's, the same thing. Add the two y's together, divide by 2. That'll give us the x and the y coordinate of our midpoint. If you need to, pause the video, jot down this formula before we flip to the next page to try out the we do. All right, hopefully you have this formula down. We're going to flip to page 2. Oops. So on the we do, it says there are two endpoints, A and B. It wants us to find the midpoint using algebra. Now it gives us space to graph, but let's first try it with algebra. So I know my midpoint formula. I'm going to jot it down here at the bottom again. M equals x1 plus x2, 2. The average of the x's, the average of the y's. I need the x values and the y values for my two endpoints. So I'm going to go up here, and I see I have two endpoints, A and B. I'm going to annotate them x1, x2, x1, y1, and x2, y2. It wants us to find the midpoint m using algebra. Well, let's plug them in. M is equal to x1 plus x2. That's 4 plus negative 2, all over 2. y1 plus y2, negative 5 plus 7, all over 2. Now I just need to simplify this to get my coordinate. M is equal to, this becomes 2 over 2, and this becomes 2 over 2 as well. And I can simplify one step further to just be 1 comma 1. So I write down my formula, I plug in my points. I'm going to quickly check this on the graph. If you'd like to pause, take a moment and graph these 2 points, A, B, as well as their midpoint, to confirm it's correct. I'm going to graph them now. 4, negative 5. That's my point A. B is negative 2, 7. And 1, 1 should be right in the center. I'm going to graph the line just to confirm it looks right. And sure enough, we end up with M, our midpoint, cutting AB into 2 equal parts. So we didn't need to make the picture here. We now have an algebraic tool to do that. Take a moment, capture the remaining thoughts you have on the we do. You can pause the video if you need to, and then jump ahead to the you try. Now you should pause this at the start, read carefully through the instructions, and try it out on your own. Once you've done that, you can unpause the video and watch me walk through it to check your work. So take a moment now, pause, and try out the you try on your own. So hopefully you've tried this out. I'm going to start by annotating. A is the midpoint of ML. Okay, so I know I need my formula. Just going to remind myself of it there. It gives me M and L, the two endpoints. So I'm also going to annotate those, x1, y1, x2, y2, because those are my endpoints. And I'm going to plug them in. Negative 5 plus negative 9, all over 2. And 4 plus negative 2, all over 2. That's negative 14 over 2. and 2 over 2. That's going to give me -7 over 1. So you could graph to confirm this, but if you did, you'd find A is indeed the midpoint. I'll do this quickly. And L -7. There it is, right in the middle of those two. So now you should go to your packet and try these out. And when you get a chance to come back, find the exit ticket, come back in person, and you'll take your exit ticket to show your mastery after you've practiced using the handout attached to this assignment. See you next time.